What's up, fishy friends? Welcome to Tim's School of Fishing. Classes in session. Yesterday, we looked at a modern interpretation of a traditional slip joint from Rosecraft blades designed by Andy Armstrong. We took a look at this one, which is called the Ocoee River Kayak. I think this is an exceptional modern slip joint knife. So today I want to take a look at another one from Rosecraft blades, also designed by Andy Armstrong. So let's take a look at this one. Hey Bubba! Bubba, man, I think the government done caught up with this here Tim fishing feller, because he ain't talking about no Rambo or Ninja knives today. I think the government caught him, because he's talking about grandpa knives now. He ain't giving away none of them Guggen fishing baits. He's talking about grandpa knives. Alright, so it comes in this nice Rosecraft blade box. It's a tray style box. It's got your knife in there. The knife does come wrapped in some wax paper, but I've already taken that off. This is the Rosecraft blades Zambezi. This one is also designed by Andy Armstrong. Andy Armstrong was at Smoky Mountain Knife Works for a long time, for a couple decades, and he designed many of the Rough Rider knives and also the Rough Rider Reserve line of knives. This one is called the Zambezi. Zambezi is a South African word for bull shark, and it does kind of have a shark profile to it. So I think that is a fitting name. This is basically just a drop point jackknife. I guess if you had to decide what pattern it most closely resembles, it would probably be a canoe, in my opinion. It's not a traditional canoe. The bolsters are a little different. It does not have two blades. So what we've got here is a drop point blade. The blade is D2 steel. We've got a long pull on this one. We've got a nice swedge on the front. I know that a lot of guys that are into traditional slip joint knives do not care for swedges. I do. I happen to like them. I think it's great. So we've got this drop point blade with a long pull, D2 steel. We've got a swedge on here. We've got a nice hollow ground bevel, really thin behind the edge, so this is super slicey. The edge grind on here is excellent. There are no imperfections even at the point. It is even on both sides. They did a really good job. We've got a satin finish on this blade, a brushed satin finish. You can see the striations there. I think they did a really good job on the finish. There's not a whole lot of billboarding and stuff on the blade. On the tang here, we've got RCB and Rosecraft blades written right underneath it. On the other side, it says D2 steel, and it has the model number, which is RCT002. The covers on this is smooth bone in what they call the smoky gray color. We've got brushed stainless steel bolsters with a single thread on both ends. We've got nickel silver pins on this one, and we have a stainless steel shield, which is the Rose shield for Rosecraft blades. We have a stainless steel back spring on this one, and we also have stainless steel liners. Just like on the one we looked at yesterday, the Ocoee River Kayak, there is no gapping whatsoever. The transitions are super smooth. There are no proud pins. There's nothing that my fingernail catches on. Super smooth on both sides here. Fit and finish is fantastic. Just exceptionally done. Just like the one we looked at yesterday, the Ocoee River Kayak. The pull on this one is a little bit more than on the Ocoee River Kayak. Of course, when you talk about pull strength, it's all subjective. So, I mean, this is a good medium pull to me. It's not a fingernail breaker. It's not, you know, super weak. We've got a nice 5 to 6 pull on here, which is exactly what you want. Snap on here is excellent. The acoustics are excellent. Walk and talk is exceptional. Spring sits flush when we're at the half stop, and also when the knife is fully deployed. So what's interesting about this one is that big forward finger choil. I know that some guys are not going to like that. I think that is great. That makes this super ergonomic. You can choke up on here. You don't have a whole lot of edge, cutting edge on this particular knife. It's only about 2 inches. The blade length total is 2.5 inches. The overall length is 6 inches. So you've only got a 2-inch cutting edge. But when you choke up into this finger choil, you can get a full 4-finger grip on this. And I have extra large hands, and that's going nowhere. And that makes this thing super comfortable. And you can really bear down and dig in with this thing if you want to. Of course, utility cuts in a pinch grip is super easy. You've got that tip that you can get to. So, another excellent one from Andy Armstrong and the guys over there at Rosecraft Blades. Just outstanding fit and finish. A beautiful interpretation of a traditional folding slip joint. I think this is incredible. So I like these two so much, the Ocoee River Kayak and the Zambezi, that I went out and bought the Beaver Creek Barlow, which has kind of a ram's foot blade on it. And I also bought the Loosahatchee Jack, which has a clip point blade on it. So those should be here in a couple days. Now, they are coming back with the Clinch River Swayback. He's releasing, and that Clinch River Swayback was super popular. It had sort of that amber colored, beer colored covers on it. But he is about to re-release the Clinch River Swayback with these smoky gray bone covers on it. I missed out on the Clinch River Swayback the first time around, but I will definitely be picking it up. Guys, if you do not have any of these Rosecraft Blades slip joints, the fit and finish is phenomenal. The walk and talk is phenomenal. We've got D2 blade steel. I love the modern take on these traditional patterns, but I also love that we're still using bone instead of, you know, burlap micarta. I mean, that stuff's cool, but this still has more of a traditional feel to it. But the pattern and the blade shapes are a little bit different, and we've got the forward finger choil. So I really like what they're doing over there at Rosecraft Blades. And for the money, I mean, most everything that they've got is between $50 and $60. I just think that for the money, it's an exceptional value. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of these. I love them. I am really happy with Rosecraft Blades. So happy I ordered 2 of them. And then I went out and got 2 more. And as soon as that Swayback, Clinch River Swayback comes out with this smoky gray, I'm definitely going to pick that up too. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Rosecraft Blades. I love Rough Rider. I love Rough Rider Reserve. I think Andy Armstrong is an outstanding designer, and I love what him and Swags and the crew over there at Rosecraft Blades is doing. I know that there's some guys that are traditional folder guys that aren't going to be into this. And I know that there's some guys that are just strictly modern folder guys that aren't going to be into this. But there's a whole lot of us guys that like both and think that these are outstanding, and I happen to be one of those. So there you go, boys and girls. I just wanted to share that with you today. The Rosecraft Blades Zambezi. As always, I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate you liking my videos and giving me a thumbs up. I appreciate you commenting on my videos, subscribing, and sharing. That's it for this episode of Tim's School of Fish, boys and girls. Class dismissed.